Show. Today we are going to be working on some card design for I have an art fair coming up in November, and this is the main the principal content that I'm bringing. Is most of the items I'm going to bring are cards, blank. These are blank greeting cards. So we just kind of start out by just kind of blocking in some of the colors. And yeah. If you're new here, this is a brand new, I am doing I'll be doing things like this for, for a while. I don't know how long I'll be doing it for. Just checking to make sure that my stream is clear. Yeah, so I think the stream is clear so far. Because you just never know. I've been having problems with my internet recently. Doing wired, using the Ethernet and having your show freeze up on you, freezing up and all kinds of things. And it's really frustrating. You pay a lot of money for your internet utility, and in order for what? For it to get like shitty service? You're gonna get your crappy service? And anyways, I'm using Astound broadband. That's my internet carrier. It's like I don't really have very many choices where I live in Oregon and the Oregon coastal mountains. There's not a whole lot of choices here. It's not like you can shop around. There's no, they got like I think there's Starlink. I can use Starlink, but and then it's like ever since that earthquake, my upload speed is like 7. It ranges between 4 and 7, so I can't even do a 1080p live stream anymore. I used to be able to do 1080p live streams all the time. It really bugs me. I could do last year. I could do 1080p, and then my service was cheaper too. I'm paying almost $200 a month for internet and phone and cable TV. A year ago, or 6 months ago, 7 months ago, I was paying like $125 a month, and I was getting better service. I don't know. Do any guys have that kind of problems with your internet service? Feeling like you're just getting ripped off? That's what I feel. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, Yvonne. Welcome, Yvonne. Welcome to 999 Show. Kind of working on this watercolor here. But I also have a lot of complaints about, I'm just complaining a little bit about the service, the internet service. I'm just kind of starting here. I got like a, welcome, Fatima. Welcome. And blessings and peace to you. How's your brother? So I kind of got, we want to tone this down a bit. I don't know. We can come back and do some other coats on it, and maybe we'll add a different color. I'm just using a really tiny brush. So I think that this brush was gifted to me by the more intuitive me several months ago, almost a year ago, actually. So many things have happened, so much in the last 12 months. The world just seems to be changing form, becoming something new. I don't know how much of this we'll do tonight. I have to start making dinner soon, so we'll just go roll it out like a... So he just got home from work. Yeah. So is he's a master gardener, is that what he is? Or he's still learning, but because you're never really a master gardener, but someday he will be. And yeah, welcome, Kalina. Welcome, Kalini. China. Welcome, Elizabeth Dobson. Welcome. I'm doing some design work I have an art fair coming up, and this type of thing. This is a greeting card. Welcome, David. Welcome, Josh. Welcome. Glad that you're proud and out. So you live this, Johnny? Johnny, yeah. He's been gardening a long time, yeah. I grow a garden. I don't do flowers or anything like that. I haven't been successful. Like a few. It's funny. About a year ago, I bought like from the place that that sells my artwork. It's kind of like a multi-vendor store, and they sell these air plants. I think they're called air plants, and they're supposed to be like, anybody can, you just kind of soak them in water once a week or whatever, do whatever you do with them, and then they just live and they just thrive. But I brought one of those things home, and it seems like within days it just sort of passed away, and it's like, well, which is kind of, maybe I need an attitude adjustment or something like that. An attitude adjustment, and then maybe I'll be able to do indoor plants. But I do pretty well with garden plants. Welcome. So, yeah, welcome to, and thank you, Elizabeth Dobson, for... So I'm just working on this watercolor. So apparently this is a good time to come on. I will endeavor to... I really need to rearrange my sleep schedule so I can get up earlier, if that would be possible. And then do what? Then what would I do? I'm just going to bring a little of this darker color in here just to... We have like lighten things up more. Maybe there's more sunshine down here. So how are all you guys doing? Those visiting in the chat and... eventually I'm going to be... Oh, great, you subbed. Yeah, great. Well, I'll be for the next couple months. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff like this. Paintings too. I'll be doing some paintings as well. But I want to have some artists come on and do some interviews with actual working artists. I have some people. I know some people who make a living as who make their livings as artists. I think that would be kind of fun to have that. So we're gonna this portion of it of the branch is you're fine, great, great, and this portion of the branch. I'm starting to run out of this one paint, the permanent yellow. I'm adding a little bit of azo yellow down here just to bring some more light into it, and so seems like maybe some light on the top of the branch coming in. Anyways, I have a limited amount of time to come on. I was like searching for some camera lights. One of my camera lights was, well, it's like almost 2 years old, and so it's on its last leg, and I thought I had them all marked, the ones that were wearing out, but anyways, we'll come up on the upper limb, and we'll add some of this yellow on here. I know that there's an order of operations when you use watercolor, and I just violated that by putting light on top of dark. I generally paint in using the medium of acrylics, and we'll be doing some our acrylics too, but probably once I whip through about this box of card blanks. So we'll do watercolor first. I have to, in this adventure, I do need to make some Christmas cards, because that'll be most of the things that I may potentially sell in the November art fair will be Christmas cards. And so yeah. You know, you can always wipe your brush off. You can always do that. It depends on the medium that you're I clean my brushes when I'm done, especially when I'm using acrylics, because I've ruined brushes by failing to adequately clean them off after a painting session. Or you forget them, the bristles get hard, or they're stuck hard, or whatever, But we're just starting here with the branch, and then we'll come in, we'll start working on the bird. It's not going to be too, because there's only so much that I can sell these things for, so they really need to work on them to go as fast as possible. That's the motto. That's the way it is. It just all depends on how much you want to work for. So if you can, if you want to work for like $4 an hour, well, then you take a long time to make your painting. Or $2 an hour, especially if you minus the cost of the materials. You never get your money out of it. I can tell you that with absolute certainty, that any art sales you do at fairs, markets, it's not a money-making endeavor, but what you do end up doing is getting your name out there, getting your word out there, and that's actually worth more than anything else. And then maybe you get some clients that buy. So like I sell approximately 20 of these cards for $150, and I can ship 20, depending on what shipping rates is, anywhere in the United States for that amount. 20 cards for $150. That's my rate here for that I'm going off of. So I think that branch is pretty well done. So let's go in there and start working on the bird beak. And so I think we'll make it kind of a couple different. Well, let's see. Let's just put this back down in here. Welcome, Francisco. So my ability to see that chat is limited. That I have to actually look up. The camera is over the table. I'm doing this on a Motorola stylus, and you are looking at and so and I have to actually look up and stop painting, look up to see the chat. Now I do have an additional like a monitor that I'm checking in just to make sure that the stream is clear, because as if you joined in the beginning, from the beginning, I was complaining bitterly about my internet service provider and how, like, I did a speed test. I was going to use the Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi was like 43 was my download speed and 4 was my upload speed. I have this the phone wired directly into. I'm going to make a color here. I'm going to use this Prussian blue here. And that's kind of, this is a bluebird, and so I'm going to use this Prussian blue, and I'm going to water it down here with this this Chinese white. So we're going to make it, we're going to pastel it out. We're going to work on with that color first on the underbelly, and come in here, more of this, just to mix a color. This other blue is too blue, and we might use it to accent things later. Oh, okay. I hope that this thing, yeah. Anyways. That's what we got going on. And so I got to be mindful of the time, because I got to start making dinner soon. It's what, 5:33 here. And here we go. We're going to have some coloring here. Maybe we'll add a bit of this darker blue kind of coming down here in the tail area. And sort of a sense of the bird shape. Just kind of block the colors in. I do want to make the bird head maybe a little bit lighter over here. Maybe come in here with just this lighter color. Central Mel, welcome. Kind of this light blueness, and then I can come over it with a darker blue, a little bit more electric blue. And if need be, I can go into like some fluid acrylics and go over it. I don't want to put too much water, because this is the first time I've been using these paper. I kind of want the color to stay put. It's supposed to be 100% cotton paper, but it's a total offbeat brand that I'm using, so I've never used this brand of card blanks before. So it's just all a big experiment right now, just to see if it'll even work. So come down, the underbelly is more whiter. You see a little bit more light coming on it, because we have this sense that this here portion has more of the light. Here's just take part of the leg up to about here, and then the rest of it's sort of black, and then we'll come back in and do more of that. I'm going to use more of that. Soon I'm going to need some more of that, more of this yellow and that Chinese white. let's put this in here then. Some of these feathers are brown. I did go off of out of a book for Oregon birds because I am broadcasting. I'm streaming live from the Oregon coastal mountains. I live in the Oregon coastal mountains. I'm not going to give you the exact location because it doesn't matter, but that's not necessary. And coming in here, a little bit darker, a little darker. Maybe some feathers that are just sort of, maybe it looks a little more frumpier looking. Anyway, so have some light in there, a little darkness, and come back with the beak, which is a little bit lighter color. We'll go to this yellow ochre and make the beak sort of a yellow ochre color. And like that. And we'll just clean the brush off. So is there anybody that left in the chat, or is everybody all gone by now? Come in with, this is a Payne's Gray. And make a kind of a line there. And there, and coming down. Don't want it to bleed over. Done a lot of bleeding over, but there's that talon. Here's that leg. It's not perfect, but it's got kind of a black leg for the foot. The other one is hidden under there. And then what are we going to do? Come in, get some definition. I think we'll go with the burnt umber. It has a nice, a little bit of, let me see. Might be too brown. I think we'll go and tone this down a little bit. We'll add a little bit of this burnt sienna into it. And then come in to get these earthy tones in here. Some feathers that are just some different color feathers. It has both bright blue and brownish color feathers. Kind of like that. Maybe this is like an ASMR video. So if you're watching this video on the playback, can you please leave 3 green stars in the comments so if I know that you made it this far. This is for people who are watching it on the playback. 3 green stars. No, 3 green hearts in the comment section if you have been watching this on the playback. So like and sub if you like my content. If you don't, that's fine. That doesn't matter. I have passed my 1,000 subs. I just need a lot more watch time. Then who doesn't need more watch time when you're a small channel growing with a niche that's extremely niche and not necessarily too I want to add some of this ultramarine blue in here. Oh, look, there's 11 likes. This is 9/11 today, and just in case you didn't know. 9/11. And we are 25 minutes into the live stream. I am almost finished with this portion of it. Let's put some different color blues in here. Just some different things going on. I think I might come around the eyes and sort of come there. Actually, that's probably like no good. Oh well, it's what it is. Sometimes we're just gonna have to do some more work on it. Blend down some more colors down on it just to get it blend into the whole. We'll work on the head being a little bit brighter. I think we'll do that. And yeah, a little bit more here. Coming down there. My hands a little shaky. I've had a lot of caffeine today, mostly in the form of green tea. Trying to cut down on my coffee consumption. Not really, but coffee is really expensive these days, and go brew tea, and then it has a get you to, and try to cut down on what things like diet colas and stuff like that. I do like diet cola, but it's no good for you. Coming in here with this blue cerulean, and so it's really kind of a bright blue. We're just gonna layer that on top of here. And just some different colors of different type blues and stuff, and just in order to get a sense of just the multicoloredness of a bluebird. There we go, kind of in like that. Come back over here, some more like that. Just layer the colors in. Actually, I paint more like somebody who paints acrylics than I do somebody who's like a watercolor expert. I can tell you that I have never taken a class, never taken one art class other than high school art. I did do, well, no, I did do some art in college. I think I did. I don't remember because it was so long ago. It was so long ago, anyways. Kind of up over here. Come back in with this other blue. We'll add that in there. Kind of just some different colorations here. It's a sense of, the feathers. Maybe just a little bit of some lines off there. Yeah. Has a bit more. We'll put a bit more in here, just the different colors, just to make it seem like there's more there than there is. It's not just perfectly smooth. I'm not doing the individual feathers or anything like that, but I am just putting some textures in. Just some textures. So you might think it's something else. It's just what it is. I kind of like this down here. This will be, maybe we'll put a different color in here just to bring it in so it makes it look like there's some shadows in there. Some shadows. So if you're just joining, this is 999 Show. My handle is 999-WJL-SHOW. And I am your host, Bill. Bill's, of course, my nickname, but that's what everybody calls me. You can call me Bill if you so desire. My professional name is William James Lindbergh. I am a published poet. We might do some more poetry on here. What I have done is some AI poetry. You know, maybe you supply me with the prompts, or I go down and look through the chat and just spin poems in the moment. I'm fairly good at that. Let me just put some of this blue. So we have to figure, I think that this is, for the most part, it's done. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a background in it, a nice background, and then we're going to call it good. But I think before I do that, well, let me just do that. We'll do that. And this is a watercolor. I'm going to sign it down here. So we'll put it here. You would use a stamp in the past, but the stamp had my website on it. But I don't have a website anymore. Just didn't feel like paying the web hosting fees. And we're looking at watercolor. Bluebird, 2025. We're looking at 2025, yeah. September 11th, 2025. Okay, so we go that way. Somebody knows who I am. That's that. We're just going to hand write that on here. Now, let's just go run up. This is the picture that I used to, I just sort of did a sketch of this picture. There's some kind of a bluebird and an Oregon field guide thing. It's kind of highly detailed book. So you can just look through here where the birds come from. And so we're going to be doing a few more of these birds, you know, over the course of the next 2 months. And then I'm going to try to get all the paintings and cards done by mid-October, because the art fair is right in November. I don't know how many of these I'm going to do. Most of these ones I'm going to do off camera because I can move way faster by that. I'm going to give it a yellow background like this. I might actually mix that in over here, so it's like a green background like it was there. Okay, we'll just mix that up over here, and we'll just put this in here, mix it all together, make it really a thin down green, and we'll just kind of put that in there, kind of a greeny color, because that would be what you might expect. And that was in that photo, and so we'll put this in here. You know, this is the light coming, filtered through the foliage of the tree. Just kind of give it in here. And as I said it before, this is the first time I've used these card blanks and these watercolor, so I have absolutely no idea how the colors are supposed to behave. So far, as long as I didn't wet everything down too much, the colors and everything has kind of stayed put. And so I like that. I haven't been using a whole lot of water with these. I've been mostly using just a small amount of water and a whole lot of pigment with it. And so if you're watching this on the playback, leave 3 blue stars in the comment section. 3 blue stars. Then I know that you had watched it clear out to the end of the video, because this is really getting close to the end. 3 blue stars if you made it this far on the playback. It'd be kind of interesting to see who does actually watch it all the way through. 3 blue stars if you made it this far. kind of stands out. We're going to make a little bit more of that paint. Maybe we'll add a bit more dark color this way. And let's come in some more of this color. Let's put some more water in there. Thin it down a lot. And we'll just add some of that straight yellow into here too, because it'll blend in with that that light green. There's more sunlight over here. Don't want to reawaken the colors too much. But there we go. We're almost done. So if you... Almost done with the first one. Just do this really rapidly. Welcome, H8IZG8. Welcome. Welcome. And let's just come over here, put some more water in here. A little bit more of this yellow, permanent yellow, and then we're going to mix in just, well, actually, we'll just put it in here. It's fine. It looks kind of greeny anyway. And then just a tiny drop of this blue. We'll put it in there. It's a lot. I want to make sure I use the whole thing then. So we want to make this more greeny. All right. I don't know that that was such a great idea. I want to make it more green. So maybe in this part of the tree, it's more greeny, more sunlight in it. It's okay. It's right. It's fine, right? Happy accidents. Isn't that what that's what my hero, Bob Ross would say? We got happy accidents. Oh, I hear a bird chirping out back. Oh, the doctor told me I need to exercise more. It's kind of a bluish color there. And I need to do that, exercise more. I suppose we're all supposed to exercise. Welcome. Welcome, Tyler. Welcome. Welcome to 999 Show. I'm going to put this in here. Just maybe it's like it's some foliage in there. It doesn't, some lines. It doesn't have to be like a solid line. It can be just kind of like that. Different colorations. And over here. Come back over there. Just kind of do that. We want to just make something, let's do it fast. Something fast just to use up the color. We'll come back in. Like there's some action here. Action Jackson. Remember that gas station? It was Jackson's, but with the way their S looked, I thought it was Jack-Ons. Then they had to change their logo because everybody was confusing and thinking that they're that was what the name of the gas station and convenience store chain was Jack-Ons. And I think, who would name their store Jack-Ons? I mean, what is that supposed to mean? Jack-Ons. You know, I thought that was just like the funniest thing. The Jack-Ons gas station. And kind of bring this over, carry it out through the whole card. A lot more. We're just going to use up this color. Then we're going to add some more yellow to it and green it. Just lighten it down a bit more. So it has like some, what is that, like a teal color? More of this permanent yellow, and let's bring it in here, get some more of a greeny tone. And back in over here. It's almost done. Kind of like it. Got little plotches of different colored light in there. Sometimes you have to follow the less is more thing. But, you know, less is more sometimes. I like it. I'm really liking this. I hope that you guys like it too. I'm going to put some of this in on the other side and kind of coming in down here. My name is Bill, just in case you didn't catch it when I said it the first time. This is 999 show. It's a variety show. Please like and subscribe to the content if you like it, and please come back for more. I will be doing a variety of different types of shows, some talk. If I can get my computer online, I may, and get a Google Voice number, I may have an option that you could call in, leave a message, and then I will address your question on the air or relay your stories. So maybe you want to have, if you have any ghost stories or UFO stories or anything like that, maybe you've seen Bigfoot. You know, if they were like too fantastic, that's fine. You know, maybe something entertaining, an entertaining story. Tell stories. If you got any poems you want to share, you can share them that way. You can actually go into my community tab. And thank you, Tyler. Thank you. I'm just working as hard as I can. I'm almost done. I wonder what that message was that's held for review. Doesn't matter. I've actually have filtered out a ton of words. It might be one of the ones that's filtered out. So anyway, that's it. This thing is done. So if you are watching this on the playback, you saw clear out to the end, leave 4 pink stars in the comment section if you watch clear out to the end. Thank you very much, and come back again for the next time, and we'll have something new, maybe a different painting. I got other paintings to do, some different things, maybe some things that are a little bit more complicated. And I will be having some guests on. We're going to be doing some paint-offs this month, I think. I'm hoping that I can get 1 or 2 people to come on and we can do a paint-off. Then we'll have some talk. I want to bring some artists on too. Anyways, that's all I got for you. Thank you for tuning in to 999 Show. Like and subscribe if you like my content. And leave 4 pink stars into the comment section if you like my stuff. And we'll see you next time, and we'll be back at it with something new. Thank you for your support. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, G8, IZG8, Central Mel, Francisco, Elizabeth, Bradley, Fatima, Chia, Cyrus, David, Josh, and Yvonne. Thank you very much for leaving a comment, and we'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.